All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Holo's Bizarre Adventure, episode 6.
That's right.
Yes, seven.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
yes.
we got some pepper. We've got the spice and we've got the wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go.
Let's
go.
That's the story. That's what
the
we're
show.
here for.
Yep.
Give me the spice. Give me the joyful, just wolf ears and and tail wiggles and
the
happy little bouncing and all
properly
that.
financially utilitarian relationship that might have some extra spice on the side.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why we would, barter for anything different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is what I paid for. This is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
A good customer experience.
That's right.
That's what I know it. You know it. We all know it. That's what we're here for.
Yes.
So I'm very excited that this whole arc was kind of resolved. I'm very excited for more of the meandering journey stuff. Maybe a little bit more episodic even.
Okay. Okay.
I would love to see this show kind of flexing its episodic muscles a little bit. In that
Gotcha.
regard, kind of having tight mini stories as well. But all right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Meh. Meh. Oh. It's like an anti-wolf howl. Cool. All right, let's get to meet some spice and wolf. Shedding.
Yeah.
You holding up back there or what?
I want something to eat. What is the role of a stalwart provider, not a proud one? As a male, you should feel honored to cater to me.
Eat that honor with some bread and see how well it fills.
Yeah.
Now tell me, how
No, but she'd like to take a bite out of him.
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Is that it?
Oh. Yes, that's Porosan.
Okay.
What an inexcusably boring town.
Sorry there aren't any food stalls open here.
There is more to me than a hankering for good food, you know.
Such as?
I think their lessons on the subject of frugality might actually benefit you.
As a
Damn.
wolf, I am bound by nature. These self-imposed doctrines of mortal men interest me none.
The pious city of Reuvenhagen. The bishop and priests who should embody those teachings the most are the most eager to fatten their wallets.
You say the city is called Reuvenhagen?
Really?
She knows the origin.
The man I am referring to had long, flaming red hair, a matching beard, and an expression that was ever austere.
That's how historical accounts describe the saint too.
Okay.
As I recall it, I only ever bit his bony arm. The moment he saw my cute pointy ears and fluffy tail, he started screaming that I was a minion of the devil. I had no choice but to spring forth and sink my teeth into his backside. Sadly, it was sinewy and not at all delicious.
His crusade
Yeah.
was nothing.
All I did was chomp on his posterior a little bit. I did not end his life.
Don't worry about the strangest things.
I just need you to know.
Oh, I'm not a
Yeah.
murderer. Yeah.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh. Oh.
Nice.
Very cute.
Is Reuvenhagen a large town or just middling?
It's huge. It's more of a city than a town. A
Ah.
lot of stalls.
And apples?
You never tire of them, do you? It's getting to be about the time they start pickling them for the winter.
Pickling
They
apples.
pickle them in honey. That's not all. They pickle pears and sometimes peaches too.
Oh.
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 Generous amount of honey over
Oh.
drizzling just a dash of ginger on top.
Ah!
I actually got to try some once.
I
That said,
don't know what you're talking about.
they'll be available. They're usually reserved for noble.
I'm drooling.
They're not often in store.
We must. We must.
Let us hurry up and be done here.
Yes. Go. Forth.
It's so loud of them. That would be a travesty.
Only if they're being sold. Do you hear me?
Though pears would be an agreeable alternative.
I'll settle for pears. But what did I have to do? What did I have to do, Lawrence Summer?
Word has it the ne'er-do-well was compelling wolves to do his sinister work. And yet, even for such lost souls, the church still benevolently offers its forgiveness.
Oh.
All right then, let's weigh it in, shall we? Before we start, do you have a scale of your own?
Afraid I don't have one with me, but what I do have is faith in God and his subjects.
For you've brought your product at a most
Wow.
opportune time.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Peppers
Wow.
and
Yeah.
So obvious.
I want a drink.
Be patient.
Well, even saints themselves.
It's her code.
I'll be right back with it in a moment.
All right, so
Yep. Yeah.
It's from Ramapata. That's certainly an extraordinary distance for Pepper to travel, wouldn't you agree? The certificate does appear to be genuine. I believe one Lumion gold coin is worth 32 5/6 coins of Trini silver at the moment.
goddamn, that's really good.
Yeah. Have a
I
deal.
believe I can accept that price.
Yep. Yep.
45 gold times 35. Wait,
Yeah. 1,200. Like 13.
that's a lot.
1,390, I think.
It feels the whole world is wobbling and tilting onto its side.
Yeah. 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 It's slanted on the table.
Everything in front of me looks to be running and veering away.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was going to be in the actual weights of the thing or something else related to that.
The old adage, the livelier the tavern, the less the barkeeper drinks, comes to mind.
Mmm.
It would appear then that my companion and I are both drunk.
Yeah.
I'm certain that once the wine wears off, we'll forget all about the odd tilt we saw.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We will take what we're owed for the pepper's accurate weight. And what else? How about allowing me the credit to purchase double the pepper's true worth from you?
That is far too much to ask.
You can't? How troubling. Let's do high-grade armor.
Whoa.
Want armor.
We are rapidly approaching the time for the yearly Grand Northern Expedition.
Uh-huh. All right. A bit heavier, though.
Yeah.
If I sell the armor to them, I should be able to pay you back immediately and offset all the credit. Would that be agreeable to you? Thank you for your business.
What of the valuation?
I leave it to you. For I trust God not to lead you astray.
Yeah. Oh.
Perhaps some of your finest wines and dried sheep meat would prove sufficient to dull my senses once more.
Yes, there's a store I trade with near.
You done goofed.
Yeah.
And they do a little, like, handshake. Like,
Yeah, right.
I feel sorry for that man. I was aware of his deception the moment I entered the room.
Yeah.
It may have been enough to fool someone with eyes as weak as your own.
You proved as much, no doubt.
That's really smart, though, to have a room like this, though.
Uh-huh.
Only buy enough to get us there.
My focus shall remain ever on frugality. All right?
All right.
These tales spoke of a town that had long worshipped a pagan wolf god from those lands.
Oh, not for us to hear. Interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Don't tell me you ate everything.
Do not worry yourself. There is still plenty.
Oh, dang. Got a lot.
What's wrong?
After we arrive at the next town, I would like to request some oil.
Oil.
Oh.
Indeed. I have heard it will help maintain my wonderful tail's luster and glow. Will you buy it for me?
Have you considered how much your clothes, shoes, travel expenses, alcohol, and food cost, or are you incapable of...
But Sugar Daddy, you just made 1,200 silver.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, of course I know.
Yeah.
I'm quite certain you will buy it gladly. Considering you were only able to make a significant profit because of the aid I lent you.
I'm not gonna buy anything extra for you.
Is that so?
Oh.
Is it truly so urgent that I return what I owe you?
Yes, I need it back from you soon.
Yeah.
I was simply unaware that you felt so strongly. So then I will be on my way to the north. I hope Paro and Miyuri are still happy.
Wait a minute. Well, actually, I like your company.
I should have no trouble paying you back before I reach the northern forests. So,
You want the oil?
will you not purchase it for me? Then I thank you.
Oh, my big, strong man. He's such a good...
Yeah, uh-huh.
Such a good financial provider. And it's like...
If I could choose, spices are always best for me.
Because they are delicious.
I'm not thinking like you do.
No.
They are to sell.
Yeah.
Then why would you?
They have high markups.
Would nothing else suffice? Let me consider. Gold could do well, or gemstones.
You have a hard time turning a profit with supplies like that in Ruvenhagen. Only the merchants who have connections with the church are permitted to import gold.
Oh.
They can get the seal of the church on their gold, carved in at Ruvenhagen's holy cathedral. Then it's labeled sacred gold. It goes way up in value.
Wow.
Okay.
How can it be called sacred when the practice is so filthy?
Well, if
Just
you
fine.
managed to get in on this arrangement, you'd sell it for 10 times its actual value.
So, it appears that your plan is sound. 'Tis better to save your money the honest way.
Though somebody is making saving money awfully difficult.
Yeah.
Well,
If we take this detour, the Holy Road of Line will be in front of us.
Oh, the wolves.
Hello? Does anyone speak Pelusian here?
Mercenary troops stationed in the north appear to be moving southward. A
Whoa.
detour does exist, but it is filled with wandering wolves with rumors of a pagan sorcerer capable of summoning even more wolves to assist her. I will no doubt have better luck talking to wolves than any human I encounter.
And let's go.
She sounded so indignant there. She's often wanting to like have attention, but then other times she's like, "No, I am unbothered." A sheep herder, the worst kind of sorcerer. They keep sheep away from me, eating them.
worse. One who employs my distant brethren.
Yeah.
No sorcerer.
Yep. She's used a love charm on that dog. That beautiful dog should be free.
Right.
What did you do just now?
It's a ritual for greeting a shepherd. Thanks to that, we can be sure they're just as they appear.
She's cute.
Oh, so that's why Holo doesn't like them.
Is my least favorite type of human. Competitively attractive women.
Right.
All right,
All right.
we got ourselves a little bit of a new mini arc here, so
Yep.
kind of episodic in that we got our little bit of time, you know, with avoiding the bamboozling of a
Right.
of a
Flirty.
mired merchant with their
Yeah.
rascally
Yes.
room that's wily weighted.
Right. But there's no real conflict with it because, oh, hey, this is something that works really well for them.
Yeah.
And if not for the fact that Holo was Holo, you would have been fooled by it too.
Yep.
And even the thing that they were going to fool you with, goddamn, was pretty good.
It's really good.
Right.
I thought it was going to be something in the actual weights of the actual scale.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, "Do you guys use your own scale?" I was like, here we go.
Yeah,
Like
right.
immediately was like,
Right, and
the
him saying the
room.
thing of the, we trust in God and all that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Saying the thing of like, hey,
I'm aware-
hello, church person, we are also definitely devout followers.
Right.
you know.
So you know, I'm going to be paying attention if you try to swindle us. Basically.
Oh, sure. I was just thinking it's we're banking on your good graces that because we're with you guys.
No,
you know.
clearly. But it's more the idea that, for me, when I saw the weight and Lawrence started to play his fake character, I'm like, so he's aware that he could be getting swindled here.
Right.
But because it wasn't in the scale, no,
It's
he
in
wasn't
the
going to
actual
notice
room.
it.
Yeah.
It was the whole room was on a slight tilt.
That's the power of establishment, right?
Holy shit.
Nah, scale, that could be pretty easily found out, you know, like if someone really wanted to. But the room
Being
a tiny bit off kilter.
is impressive because it's stonework that they're in
Yep.
right now. Like,
and if you think about it, construction back then, like, yes, it would have to be really precise in order for things to not like fall apart and stuff, right? But if something's slightly off,
yeah,
you know?
the way they would have to do it is build the ground floor, ceiling and everything there, and it would be easy to then set it up with then the second floor that they're on, where that floor they basically like take the stonework and like carve out a bit at the bottom
Yep.
there, bring that down, put that part underneath the part on the other side. But even then, you could do it too much and it would be very noticeable.
Sure.
So the idea that, Lawrence had no idea when coming up here means that this was very well crafted and established here.
Right.
And the idea that it's still this way means that they've been doing it for so long that nobody's caught it
Nobody's
until
caught it.
Holo
Hence,
showed up here.
also why you'd be able to actually strong arm them out of a decent bit, because they're like, wait, what the
How
shit?
did you notice?
How did you notice? And this is like, we've used this a lot. If word got out about this, one, that could be very bad, like very bad. But two,
because we have a lot of customers probably.
yeah. But then two, how do we even set something up like this again? Like a lot of investment probably went into you know.
I mean, even if it's not a certain amount of investment, they built probably a reputation over time of being a very good, honest church, forward.
I wouldn't even be
merchant group
surprised
or
if the
something.
2 scales there is specifically like, because there was the one that he chose to grab and stuff, is specifically just to put merchants at ease that think there might be a certain scale that's like, okay, they, I said a thing and then they chose that one. Okay, all right, I think I got it.
Yeah, they gave me the good one.
Yeah, they gave me the good one. Everybody thinks that they're not the sucker, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing where, if they took the scale and tested it on something or what have you, the
It'd
scale
still
would
be
probably
fine.
be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Very fun. Also, yes, Lawrence, in a lot of ways, she is a burden as far as a financial thing goes. But if you're going to employ her effectively to give you benefits with regards to noting all these tiny little things like being able to detect what's up ahead on the road and stuff, that's something that she doesn't have to do as your travel companion.
Right.
She gets to do that.
Yeah. She's a top dollar earner,
Right.
Yeah.
So your value is, in these tiny little barters, these tiny little trades, these little transactions that are very subtle and small and not, done by contract.
Right.
So if you would like to sign up a contract, then she's probably going to be like, okay, cool, I'll just go on to the north. And
How much?
do that?
How much you want to bet that when they end up getting married, right? That it's very much a thing of so we've had a good thing going, but I feel like we should drop some official terms.
Right.
Right.
I think the part that's sad to me about this, though, is that he's just not in that first scene, though, in the first episode.
I know. Yeah.
While it would be cool for them to all live happily ever after together and stuff and be very fairy tale and cute, that doesn't seem like what they're hinting at.
They could- but it
that
could
might
be the thing of he was just at the store working or something.
Yeah, it could just be that he's already got his store and everything, and they're just, having a fun time.
Or it's many years later, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And
knows?
because of the, spiritual, supernatural aspects of Holo, immortality is a thing or what have you.
Yeah.
And how does having a kid necessarily coincide
Right. Does the
with
kid
that?
take
Longer to age
or something?
Yeah, who knows? But the part that Holo, you need to be careful about here is that you revealed a lot about your needs as well. So if we were going to take this from a very cold merchant transaction side of things here,
He has leverage potentially.
well, he has a lot of knowledge about what she wants. She wants the companionship way more than he does.
Yes.
Way more than he
Yes.
does. And that's something that, in a lot of ways, you do need to be a little bit careful of, is that, if you end up taking things a bit too hard and kind of using him in that way, he might be like, oh, okay, you're just kind of using me to get your needs met, but you're not actually thinking about what I'm sacrificing.
Right. Hence why it needs to be that quid pro quo thing, because at the same time, if it goes in the reverse too much, and the flirty banter that you guys have about well, are you earning your keep? Oh, well, right? That whole thing, that could, if it becomes too serious of that, no, really, are you earning your keep? It's like, no, I am, right?
Right. Do we want to count up the actual Trini silver value of all the stuff that we got there? I
it
could
could
count
stop
that
being
out for
fun.
you, but then what's the point,
Right.
I thought you were a very smart man. I thought you could count all that. Do you really need me to do it?
And let's be real. I take you for a smart enough man to know what's going on here, right? This is playful banter, right?
This is preamble.
Yeah.
This is
foreplay.
This is foreplay. Yeah. This whole show is just sex.
Everything is
everything is sex. every time a holo moves, it's just wow. Just like
I
incredible.
loved the bit so much
Beautiful.
of like as he's oh yeah, no, apples, hey, seasons are a thing, right? And also, you should know that, even though you desperately want apples and stuff, like, because you literally are. Like,
I had never heard pickling being used as the true synonym of just preservation. The idea that, we put it in honey. And I was just like, then why do you say pickle? Like that.
Pickles are cucumbers that become all bumpy.
But it's just the idea of putting things in a liquid, therefore becomes pickling, but it's like, no, that's a verb made of a noun.
Well,
that's
and when I think of like what he's talking about, basically, I
preserving.
think of preserving or canning.
Well, no,
they don't use cans.
That's actually the part that was so wild to me. Canning in general is a very new concept.
Yeah.
They're in medieval times.
No, exactly. So that's not a thing here.
Well, but do you know how canning came about? It's the dumbest reason.
Probably war somehow.
Yes. But you want to know how dumb it was?
Oh, no, I know this one.
You know this one?
Yeah,
it's great.
Because, what was it? It was Napoleon's men going into Russia, and they had glass jars of food that they would then break, and then they would take out the glass.
They would take the jars, fill them with food to preserve them there. They were completely sealed glass jars. Did you see how dumb this is? They took the jars and they're like, okay, it's time to eat them. Smash them on the ground. Then take the food out and eat it. Now it's perfectly preserved because it's sealed, right?
And it might have been wrapped in paper or something, so they know that the glass is probably not going to get stuck in the food.
That's the boring part.
Yeah.
Do you know how many more years it took for them to invent jar opening like lids that could seal like
oh yeah, that's
exactly.
Well, just how heavy that would have been. All right, we need provisions for
basically
3 months.
Basically, the concept of the can came long before the can opener. And when you think about like how dumb like humans are sometimes, that we're like, yes, this is the way that we preserve the thing. How do we get the thing out? Caveman brain rock, go smash. And then it's like this.
Right. No, but to that end. So then it's so that pickling, I guess, would be the the specific word for it. And yet that's not what we think at all, right?
Well, but because this is 500 to maybe even like 1,000 years before the equivalent of the Napoleonic Wars and stuff. Technology-wise, we're way backwards as far as like things go. Yeah. Now, obviously, this is a fantastical world where the technology can be completely different. But I am sure that in a world where the story is based around economics, we're going to have a very real kind of set of world-building technological things that we'll discover as we go through this journey.
Lawrence would absolutely be the type of person who's like, holy shit, somebody just figured out refrigeration.
Now, refrigeration is weird. We've known about refrigeration long before we knew about cans and can opening.
But like those little like development things that most people would be like, oh, this is so handy, this is great. He'd be like, my life has just been changed forever.
Right, because when I say refrigeration, I'm not talking about literal refrigerators.
No,
I'm
but
talking
like
about
ice
cold
boxes
storage
and
ice boxes and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Now we figured out that cold things don't go bad like long time ago. But yes, I did find it funny that it's I'm gonna gush about these fruit desserts where we thinly slice pears and honey and
with
almonds
in between. And
little bits of ginger.
Yeah.
And it's just I nutted.
Like straight up,
a food
one of my favorite like dessert pastries ever was at this French bakery.
Oh,
and they had
the pear thing.
The pear almond tarts, where it was like an almond kind of paste in like a little tart like pie crust.
They're so good
with thinly sliced almonds put over the top with like.
Pears.
Sorry, pears.
Yeah.
Over the top,
kind of with scored around the edge there,
and then like some roasted almonds like over the top with like a glaze. It's incredible. So,
it's so freaking good.
So the idea that on top of that, going into a medieval time when like you know, there wasn't the same kind of complex culinary things maybe that we would have today.
To preserve
right?
them in this way.
Yeah.
But, you know, also conveniently, when you do this, it
tastes really fucking good.
Really good.
Right,
So.
yeah. So then, like, to the point where Holo's ears are just going nuts under the thing. Like, even though it's like they're in a town, they're in a public place. Like, they could have totally done the joke of, like, some random person walking past and just being like, huh? You know? Yep. Like, what? What's that? I think you might...
Mommy!
Yeah, right.
It's rude to stare, you know?
Because of course she'd be going crazy. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I want all the situations, because that's what this is in a lot of ways. It's a very slow, relaxed, vibes-based sitcom, effectively.
Sure.
In that Holo is the sit that brings about the calm.
Yep, and
So-
also the romp.
Well, not yet.
Preamble, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm aware. But I want like very specific situations to come with, basically.
Yeah.
I want the gambling episode. Like where she's just like now this is such a morally decrepit way that humans waste time, but I could earn so much money.
Yeah.
And she's just casually cheating as she listens to their heartbeats as though.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, like Lawrence is maybe giving her a bunch of shit for like, you know, oh, how much I spend on you? And she's like, Lawrence. And then she just like pulls him into a tavern. It's like, what? You see them over there?
We could make so much money.
Yeah, they're like playing cards.
If we're ever desperate, we can break this in case of emergency.
And then it just like hard cuts like 3 hours later.
Lawrence getting kicked out of the shit out of it.
Yeah, to them running like hell as all the people are chasing them because they think
Like,
they're
clearly
cheating or
you're
something.
cheating. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you have to lose intentionally every once in a while.
I am Holo the Wise Wolf. I lose to no one.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
These fiendish little yapping puppies, you know,
Right.
mean nothing to me. I will take all their money gleefully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get it. Yeah.
Exactly. However, we
sorcerer.
we are interacting with oh my goodness, a sorcerer.
Right.
Yeah, I think in this very church-led countryside, sorcerer means about as much as the good and honest faithfulness of the church's economic policies.
How much you want to bet that whole thing started because some dude was like, how dare a woman do a man's work? And she's good at it? Black magic!
No. It's entirely because of the horn thing of like, one, woman, but two, the wolves don't attack her. She controls the wolves.
Yeah, right.
Also, she must summon them because, she probably ends up every once in a while
She
using
has
that
control
horn.
over them, so...
Well, no. It's I saw at one point the wolves, like, came to their fire or what have you, and she, like, fed them and then, sent them off with, like, a different kind of horn blast or something.
Yeah. Or they just straight up didn't see the wolves until after the horn, and then they're like, oh my god.
Or nobody's domesticated dogs yet except for her, and then no, that's dumb.
Yeah,
they're like, clearly she's domesticated a wolf.
Yeah, that is one of... No, domesticated dogs are, I'm sure,
ancient.
are definitely a thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's ancient. Times.
Yeah.
But very, very interesting drama of the jealous variety coming up here. Holo, maybe you'll have to do something to entice him away because, oh man, she got the bob cut. Like she got the eyes.
Yeah, like it's the whole thing of like, okay, here's where a DTR might be helpful because if this is all flirting and all that stuff and everything, but like, are you exclusive?
Exclusive to flirt?
Because right now you guys are just having a good old time,
Yeah,
right?
just good fun, yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll see. But all y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.